Over. Huh?
Mm. Wale mabere meeting.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another exciting session here on our MMR Money Market Review. So we do this every day, every trading day, Monday to Friday. We look at the market, analyze the markets. I also give you tips and tricks on how to navigate or drive the market profitably. So once again, you guys are welcome. So I want to believe you guys can hear me. We have just a few members, few numbers right now. Let's just hope more persons will join, but we're going to start, right? I will give like 2 to 3 minutes for more persons to join. So let's do a little sound check here before we can start. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Get to the chat room, traders. Get to the chat room. Just type sound, in the chat room, so it indicates you can hear me. So I'll wait until I see the response. Sound, then you can hear me. Okay, thank you, Chinedu. Osage, thank you. Osaji, right? Thank you. So that means you guys can hear me. The sound is very clear. Internet is strong. Let's hope that it continues like this till the end. Let's be optimistic, right? All right, guys. So my name is Emmanuel. So do well to join us every day, okay? If this is your first time, please, we do this every day. Do well to be joining us every day. You can actually get 3 directions from us. You can get our sentiments about the market, and it's good you join us. Okay, so it's good you hear from the professionals what they think about the market. Okay, so try and be joining us. Your friends and families that are not ready, or that are not like even those with other brokers. Okay, you can tell them so that they can uh, move to Rally Trader. Okay, subscribe, create account with us, or I'll draw my number at the end so that maybe they can reach me, so that they can get good value. Okay, once you get good value, score that the business is not that hard, right? It's not that hard. It's profitable business. So what you need is good knowledge. So once again, let's start. So we normally try to look at the fundamentals, right? So try to look at the news, because news really drives the market, right? Drives the market. So if you trade and you don't consider looking at news, or you don't look at the fundamental websites, chances are you may not do well, right? Because you may not really know what is driving the market. For example, gold is rocking highs, right? Gold is running to the heavens. I mean, gold is going up. But if you don't look at news, you may just be confused. You may be wondering what is moving it like this. Most persons already have in their mind that this thing will not move past this particular level. Ah, you think I move past that level? If there is something driving it, if news is responsible, if news is pushing it. All right, so I'll share my screen right now. Let's look at some fundamental events. All right. Of course, one of the fundamental events we know of, even without looking at the news, we know that US election is just around the corner, right? In fact, early votings have started, right? We have that information. And of course, we know it's in November, but they have said early voting. Can that get to react very well to that particular event? And it has already started up. So investors all over the world are very skeptical now. Who's going to win? Is it shifting towards Harris or shifting towards Trump? But from all of the polls, even polling market, betting market, is all most of those are pointing towards Trump, right? Trump is busy turning the Democratic states, or if you like the blue states, to red. I can tell you, it's shifting. So investors all around the world are really skeptical. With the vice president being ousted, yeah, they don't know. But then that skepticism is what actually moves. Call it sentiment, right? Welcome to the volatility side of the market. So let me share my screen real quick, guys. I believe you guys can see my screen right now. So I've been able to share my screen. So there are several websites you can do calendar news, or you can just look at the general news affecting. Okay, so calendar is there now. Right? Cover you comb through all of them, right? Both the calendar news. So there are several websites you can use. Investing.com. If today is your first time, you may want to indicate in the chat room. So once I notice we have first timers, the explanation will be more to the ground, right? To be more of a basic explanation, so that I think we can carry something along. All right, so this is investing.com, right? You can equally use FS Street. FS Street. This is FS Street. I like this website, right? So you trade the dollar, you trade the euro, you trade the pound. Yes, once in a while. Not really once in a while. If you are not doing it once in a while, but if you have been doing it, guys, every day, just come here. What is happening? Just come here and check, right? So you get to see news, you get to see hints. For example, Mexican peso faces losses despite posting strong GDP report. As you can see, gold surges. That means gold is rallying up to record high of, that means gold have passed even 2,790 because of US election uncertainty. So during times of uncertainty like this, during times of election, war, crisis, they're all recorded as times of uncertainty. So during times of uncertainty, all over the world, investors normally run towards safe haven assets, right? Safe haven, as you can see, safe haven assets. And safe haven assets include gold. Gold is one of the safe haven. Gold is one of the safe haven assets, right? In fact, safe haven assets are actually the precious metal, right? And even the US dollar is one of the, in terms of currency, US dollar is a safe haven asset. So that means during times of uncertainty, the dollar tends to appreciate in value. In fact, that's what has been pushing the dollar, and for the dollar has been gaining some level of strength, right? Now, there is a high demand for gold, of course, because central banks all over the world try to save their assets, save their reserve more gold. So, of course, even general investors all over the world, there will be high demand for gold right now. Therefore, of course, basic economies, high demand for a commodity or an item. Of course, the price will appreciate. Of course, that's happening. That's what's happening right now. So, if you have a trade on gold, guys, and of course you are selling, why are you selling? Let's say you have a trade on gold and you're selling. Why are you selling? Even without looking at the news, technical analysis, you can see that gold is rocking new high. I mean, it's breaking structures to the upside. I mean, it is creating new highs and breaking those highs. For example, it creates a new high 2,650, break the high 2,670, create a new high 2,670, break the high to that's going to almost 2,700 plus right now. Now, of course, I want to believe you are not selling gold, you are buying gold, right? So if you see such, so Australian dollar rises as USD weakens local inflation data. So, okay, now on your own spare time, you can just come and start reading most of this, okay? Okay, you're complaining of the audio not being strong, right? Sorry, please. Wow, I felt I was actually communicating. Wow, so sorry. Let me check my internet. Okay. If you can still hear me, guys, somebody just complained of the audio not being so strong. Let me see what I can do here. Okay. So let me change to a stronger network. Yeah, but change to another network actually. So guys, I don't know if you see it. Do a sound. Okay, sound, just type sound, right? I've connected to another network. Please type sound. The network here in Nigeria is crazy, man. Type sound, please. Sound, guys. Can you hear me? Sound. Okay, fine. Thank you, Chinedu. I appreciate that response there. So I was talking about the reason why gold was rising up. I don't know whether you guys followed me, but then uh, so gold is a safe haven asset, and of course, investors are pushing toward that angle. So that is the reason why gold is rising, right? So if you are trading gold, in fact, this is the best time to trade gold, sir. You should be buying gold. You should be buying gold. Now, if you're buying, of course, you don't buy at the most highest price. Let me use that word, or the highest price you're seeing on the chart. So if the highest the price has gotten to for a particular day is 1, 2, so if the highest the price has gotten to for a particular day is, hold on a bit. If the highest the price has gotten to for a particular day is, let's say, 127.90, you don't buy at that price. You wait. If that's the highest price for that particular day, you don't buy at that price. You wait. You wait for the price to do a little bit, like to fall or to retrace or to offer you cheaper price, discounted price, right? Because you want to buy at the discount. So you don't buy at the high price. So if you wait a little bit, that waiting is equally trading, okay? If you wait a little bit and the price maybe move down a little bit, then of course you can do that. So let's leave FS3s. Let's also look at what's this one called now? My FS book. My FS book to have news for you, right? But at the end of the day, let's just go straight to the calendar news. So guys, let's look at the calendar news we have for today real quick. Okay, so this is Forex Factory, guys. This is just calendar news, right? So today being Thursday, 31st of October, blessed day of the Lord, even the last day of October. Guys, I want to believe you guys are running up the month on the high, right? On the high. So one of the ways you can round up the month on the high is always be looking at your trade, right? Make sure you're not closing big losses, right? Use stop loss. If most people don't like to use stop loss, so that means if they place a trade and the trade is going against them, perhaps you want to enter another trade to block that first one. And that particular pattern can actually help you, right? You place a trade buy and the buy is not going in your direction. That means the market is going down. You can place another buy, but don't just do it carelessly. You can do it on the support, right? Now, how do you know it's support? And you can do it on a strong support. You can go on to a higher time frame. Guys, am I communicating? Okay, that's for those that don't like to use stop loss. And of course, before you can effectively use this strategy I'm talking about or this system, you may want to have good balance, right? So let's say you place a trade 0.05 maybe GBUSD, and the trade is going against you. The price has fallen, and let's say it has fallen against you up to maybe 25 pips, right? Now you may want to enter another trade there. If that place is a strong support, maybe you may want to do another 0.05 or even 0.08 or even 0.1, because on that support, it is 90% sure that the price will bounce up, right? So if it bounces up just a little bit, man, you have recovered from your losses, because the profit will be able to cover up the losses, right? That's one way. That's if you have good equity that can do that, okay? So that is why at the end of the day, having good equity in trading is king. Equity is king. Equity is king. If you're hearing it for the first time, write it down. Equity is king, and by that I mean good equity. So if you're trading with small money, and of course you're managing the 50K, the 100K, or God, stop managing. Put more money into the account and make money. Festive season is around the corner. This is the period to make money, so that the December will go sweet. Now from October we do. You understand that, right? December we go sweet from October and November. Okay, guys, let's continue. Forgive that my ranting. Okay, let's continue. But it will help. It will help. Now, I think for October today, I think we are already seeing all of this. The strong news we have is JPY news, and of course that's usually midnight because that's the Asian market there, right? Midnight, and of course the effect of that news is actually rocking JPY pairs, right? So they were able to hold their rates, right? So that means they are confident about the economy, guys. When they hold rates, right? So look at this rate, 0.25%, right? That's the policy rate. Now the actual data came out to be the same 0.25%. So it means if they hold the rate, it means they are confident about the economy. That means what we are seeing is okay. What we're seeing is okay. We can continue, we can ride on what is happening in the economy. In Japan rather. So, and of course, they held the rate, and of course that alone will attract more investors. This one that these guys are confident about the economy, it will attract more FDI, and of course that by that I mean foreign direct investment, right? So if you attract more FDI, of course it means FDI will be coming to demand for more of the Japanese yen, and that demand is what appreciates the currency. So if you check the chart, you can see that JPY is appreciated, right? Then of course we had the the press conference by 7:30, right? And of course, by that's a non-data news. It's a speech, right? By that, they must have explained why they actually held the rate. Okay. So, guys, I think all of this has already happened. So, by 8 is now. This is just early past 8, right? So we have all of these now. All of these are it's actually low impact news, and of course, the medium impact we have today is core CPI flash estimated data from Euro, right? So that will be by 11, right? Let's jump to the high impact news we have for today, okay? So guys, we have news from 1:30 p.m. We have Canadian GDP, gross domestic product, one of the widest measure of the health of the economy of Canadian economy, and this one is measured month by month. So GDP tends to measure the total value, the total price of the inflation adjusted price of goods and services. Remember, inflation adjusted, so that means inflation is also put into consideration, right? So that means with this value, we can equally know what is happening in the economy with the GDP. Guys, I don't know whether you guys are getting value or I'm ranting. If you're getting value, type value. If you're not getting value, let me know too, so that I will just stop. But if you're getting value, guys, let's continue. So GDP is going to be released. That is gross domestic product for Canadian dollar, right? So we're having that by. Okay, thank you guys. I can see Ekpemski. This your name is fine. Guys. So GDP is going to be released by 1:30. I want to believe, guys. Set your alarm. You're also going to be trading GDP Canadian dollar by that 1:30, right? Now, also by 1:30, guys, we'll be having strong news on the dollar. Strong news on the dollar, and it's going to be employment costs, right? So that means we are going to have employment cost index. It's simply the amount businesses pay and government pay for civilian labor, pay for labor. That's the employment cost that you can see here. So that also can tell you how much inflation is driving to the economy. So the whole news is just about telling you what is happening to the economy in terms of inflation creeping into the economy, so that their central bank can actually hold their rates or cut it. So all of this news is actually pointing towards what the rates will look like. Interest rate is king in fundamentals, I can tell you that. So all of these news are pointing to whether the economy is strong or the economy is weak, right? Is inflation coming in? What is consumer spending like? What is, all of that. Also by 1:30 again, we have unemployment claims, right? So these are people filing for unemployment benefits. This particular news right now is released weekly, right? So those filing for unemployment benefits, unemployment insurance, and all of that stuff, right? Now, I want to believe you know how to trade this news, right? So now, among all this news, the strongest here is the PCE, personal consumption expenditure, right? Personal consumption expenditure. It measures the changes in the price of goods and services, right? Measures the price of goods and services purchased by consumer. Now, this particular one is different from CPI, right? Of course, we know CPI is a strong one, right? This particular news is different from CPI because this one is excluding food and energy, right? Food and what? Energy. Now, PC is usually released maybe around maybe some 13 to 14 days after CPI, PCE, right? Now, see, now in the itinerary of some fundamental news that moves the market, CPI is there, NFP is there, PC is one of them, sir. So if you are arbitrating CPI to make money, sir, you can actually use that same technique, right? And trade PCE, right? So PCE is also strong. If you like PCE, now look here, let me show you something. So look carefully, you will see. This is personal consumption expenditure, right? PCE. Now, as you can see, consumer price index. So they are both the same thing, right? So the difference is that one actually measures price changes in the prices, but excluding food and energy, right? So now one of the reasons why CPI takes more of the glory is that CPI comes out before PC, right? It's like a firstborn and the secondborn, right? You understand that? So CPI is like the firstborn followed by PCE, right? So it tends to attract more attention, right? But guess what? PC is also strong, right? Because it tells what consumer spending is like, right? And of course, by that information, it tells the amount of inflation that we're expecting into the economy. So now please, this particular, don't sleep on this one. When you trade this one, get back to me. I'll drop my WhatsApp number. Get back to me and tell me whether tell me how it went for you. Tell me whether you traded it, okay, by 1:30, after 1:30 p.m. today. Tell me how you traded it. Tell me your the challenges you had. You make profit. Also, let me know. You encounter some challenges, also let me know so that we can. The purpose is to get you to the profiting side of the market, and of course, you start making money and continue trading. Now, when you start making money, guess what? You start making this good news to your family and friends. So, forecast is actually 0.3. So that means we're expecting the actual to be greater than 0.3 for it to strengthen the dollar. And of course, for what we are looking at, from projections, it may just be higher than the forecast, so that dollar will become much stronger, right? So that, of course, you can now trade it. Now, one of the ways you can trade it is you can jump right in. You can trade at the time of the news. You can jump right in. The market is moving down. Euro-US is moving down because the dollar has been strengthened. You can jump right in with a sell, and of course, take your profit very fast. Another method you can use is you can use a buy stop and a sell stop, right? You set it just before the news, usually 10 minutes to the news. So once the market moves down, for example, Euro USD, pick your sell trade. Then, of course, you are in the market. So please set your alarm 1:30 p.m., right? Now, one of the challenges that you might face is because we have several news coming for the dollar at the same time. So one of the challenges will be when it's mixed, when the result is mixed, right? When the result is mixed, the challenge may just be to move up and move down, move up and move down. But stay true to your position, especially when PCI is out good for the dollar. If PCI is out good for the dollar, employment costs also good for the dollar, guys, the dollar should be strengthened, right? The dollar should be strengthened, despite what unemployment claims look like. Dollar should be strengthened. So, guys, we also have Chicago PMI Purchasing Manager Index. So let me run fast here. Okay, I think that's all for Thursday, right? So we have spent good time analyzing fundamentals. Please, the volatility is really very high right now in the market. The reason why volatility is really very high is because, oh my God, it's because of the US election, right? Because of the US election. So that US election is actually making analysts all over the world, even investors over the world, to be uncertain, right? To be very, very uncertain about the market, about the future of the financial markets. So that is why we see all of this volatility. So let me share my screen, my chart right now. So let's look at technical analysis. I want to believe you got some value from all of those ranting, right? Let me share my screen so that we can look at the chart. So if you have questions, please drop your questions for me. If you have questions, please drop your questions for me. So guys, if you have questions, drop your questions for me and at the chat room so that we can look at it together. So let me share my screen real quick. So I've been able to share my screen, guys. Check if you can see my screen. Check whether you can see my screen. So let's do USD index rate. Let's see what's happening to the dollar here, right? Let's do USD index, guys. USD index. Are you guys ready for this? So just type chat. I've been able to share my screen. Get to the chat room, guys. Just do a word type. Just type chat there. Let me see whether you can see what I have. So you've typed that chat. Thank you very much. You can see my chat. So let me have full screen here. Control T, Control N. So we have full screen right now. So let's do a lot of analysis here. So from the chart, you can see clearly. Let me do a H4 time frame, right? So from the chart, we can see clearly that the dollar, right, has been trying to recover from all of those losses. By losses, I mean from all of those downward movements, right? Downward movement at them as losses, literally on the chart, right? So when I say dollar is recovering, so it's recovering from all of these downward movements, right? So we call that losses. So it's recovering from all of these downward movements. So it's trying to, it's punching upward, right? So if you watch carefully, why are we analyzing dollar index? Because we're trying to look at what is happening to our precious dollar. We're trying to look at what is happening to our precious dollar to see what is happening there. So if you watch, the dollar has gotten to what we want to call a what now? A support zone, right? A support. So the dollar is right now on support, right? Now this support is being held at the upside. I mean, this support is held on an upward trend, right? Support is on an upward trend. Why? If you watch carefully, the market has not violated this low, right? So this is the low. This is the last low that was responsible for taking out the high. So permit me to draw this so that it becomes clearer for you. So this is the low the market created or printed. Then of course from that low, it did this what we call internal structure, right? From here to here is internal structure. But look at the high. The high was able to trade higher than the previous high. This high is higher than this high. So this is the low, right? So the market has not smashed this low. So therefore, we can say this support level, right? And it's a very strong support. Remember, this is H4 time frame. So that means if you are hoping on the dollar to strengthen, you still have more reasons to hope, right? So that means if you're buying the dollar and of course you're negative on your trade, you can still stay on the trade, right? So most persons stay not seeing a negative trade without knowing why they are not seeing the trade. Most persons stay not seeing a profitable trade without even knowing why. Perhaps that one will be greed. Take note of these two statements because it's known as trading psychology. Most persons stay on a trade, not seeing a negative trade. That means you're staying long on a negative trade without knowing why. Now, I'm not trying to say staying long on the negative trade or on the positive trade is bad. No, I'm trying to say you should know why. Right? So there should be a technical reason or there should be a fundamental reason why you're staying long. Right? Am I communicating? There should be a technical reason or there should be a fundamental reason why you are staying long. Now, this can be a technical reason, right? Now, the dollar, let's say you're buying the dollar, and of course, how do I mean by you're buying the dollar? On something like Euro USD, you place a buy, means, sorry, you place a sell, means you're buying the dollar. On something like USD JPY, you place a buy, you're buying the dollar. That's what I mean. So if you're buying the dollar, and of course, that trade is on the negative, it means you come back here and check. Do we still have hope? Of course, there is hope. Why? The dollar is rocking a support. So most likely what normally happens on support is that support is an area where the demand usually exceed the supply, right? Now, generally, support and resistance are areas where either demand exceeds supply or supply will exceed demand. Now, but specifically on a support, especially a support on a higher time frame, like the H4 time frame, sir, you may want to bank on it, right? So you may want to bank on it. So actually, on a support like this, demand usually exceeds supply. You understand what I mean by demand exceeds supply? Do you understand what I mean by demand exceeds supply? Get to the chat room, engage me this morning. Let me know if you understand what I mean by demand exceeds supply. Do you understand what I mean by demand exceeds supply on a support? If it is yes, let me know. Yes, type yes. If it is no, let me know. Type no. Let me wait for you. Let me have a glass of water while you're giving me that answer. But let me check the, okay, I'm seeing no and yes, no and yes, no, 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 yes, no, yes. So let's add all of the yes and all of the no. Let's divide the yes by the no. So let me answer those that said no, right? Now, what I mean by usually on the support demand exceeds supply is because when on support are characterized by low prices, right? Low prices. So one of the characteristics of support is low prices. So somebody want to ask, but Emmanuel, what's the characteristics of Nigerians? Bad government. Oh my goodness. Did I just say that now? What's the characteristics of Nigeria? Bad government. Because if a child is born 2020, right, or even a decade ago, the child has been experiencing bad government from that time till now. Okay, let's continue. So one of the characteristics of one of the characteristics of support is actually low prices. So what normally happens at low prices? Low prices is a place where buyers are more interested than sellers. I think that's a way for you to understand it. It's an area on your chart. Normally call it an area of interest, if like a point of interest, right? I like to use the word area because it's more than one price, right? So it's an area on your chart known as point of interest, POI or AOI, right? Where buyers are more interested than sellers as a result of the low prices. So is this price low? Of course it's low. So if you watch carefully, this has been a support before the price jump up from there. So most likely this price will zoom off except for fundamental. So fundamental is only what can crush this level. And fundamental is only what will crush it, right? What may crush it. Now, fundamentals can equally pull the price up. Okay? Don't get me wrong. Fundamentals can equally pull it up. So I think you understand this now. Let's start looking at several instruments. So that means for my own analysis, I am saying I am looking at this instrument bouncing off from here. That's my analysis. Long story short, guys. So now if you watch, it came down this low, but it failed to trade lower than this low, right? So as long as it is still higher than this low, my bullish sentiment is still in force. So on the USD index, right? So that means the news may just push it upward, okay? Now, guys, you understand that? Let's now look at instrument like Euro USD and the rest. You're with me on this. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. We can do it. So let's start with which one now? Wonderful. So let's do Control M here. Let's do Euro USD. Let's start from Euro USD. So Euro USD is one instrument that just everybody can trade. Don't say Euro USD doesn't give me money. No, sir. Don't say that. Do not say that. Increase your lot size. You see that Euro USD will give you money. Moji, I can see you there. So you say we should analyze USJPY, US 100. Okay, fine. After this move, we'll do USJPY. Okay. JPY has been strengthened because of the healthier rates, right? So you expect that instrument to be going down. But we're going to look at it, okay? Look at it. So Euro USD liquid. Like my custom is here, I normally do Euro USD, GBP USD with any other currency pair and indices and commodities, right? So gold, we don't normally look at gold, and we always like to look at gold. Even during the fundamentals, I've been talking about gold, right? So real quick, what's happening here, guys? Let's see whether the market have shifted. Now, the kind of analysis I do, I try to look at the structure of the market. I call it market structure, right? So by market structure, real quick, let me draw this so that you can get value from it. This impulse to the downside, this retracement to the upside, right? So an impulse to the downside so that you can tap the target liquidity. But it did not just do that, actually. What it did was it created what we call liquidity pool, right? So it's actually an area of equal lows, right? Liquidity pools are areas of equal lows. So that means in that particular area, the market will be targeting that area, right? So it's called a magnet, right? So if you watch, it created this, right? So that more persons will think that, they will start buying from here. Before you know, it smashed that particular low. The market loves to do this, right? So this can actually be your model. This can be your model in trading. Trading has what we call model. So that means everybody trades their own model. This can be your model. I mean, look out for now. Take a pen and paper, write this thing down. Look out for a trending market, right? Then look for areas of equal highs and equal lows in the direction of the trend, because the market will always smash it. Come on, guys. Do you understand it? Let me say it again. Write it down. Wisdom demands that you write this thing I'm saying down. Look out for all of the instruments, the ones that are trending, right? Your model could be for wait until the market has formed what we call relatively equal high or relatively equal low, right? Like this one is relatively equal low. It will serve as a magnet. That means the market must be attracted back to that area. So once this is created, you take your trade in that direction. Did you write it down? Hello, sir. Did you write it down? So I've just given you one of the model that I use to trade. So let's continue. The market have smashed this. Of course, this is the high it created while smashing it, right? Of course. So on the downward trend, you notice the market tried to respect the highs and violate the lows. So it respected the highs, this particular high, and it traded to this point, right? At that point, it has not smashed this high. I want to believe so. So let me measure it real quick. Wow, that's relatively equal highs too. So it did that, and of course, but this one now is not in the direction of the trend, right? So this is opposite the direction of the trend. But whatever it is, once it's created, it usually goes back to smash it, right? So, but for a conservative trading, take the one in the direction of the trend. So it did this for us, right? It did this for us. It retraced upward to this point, right? Then it pumped again downward to this point and did what? And smashed it. Come on, guys. It smashed. So it smashed this high to form a new high. So the market have shifted. So we have seen what we call a shift in the direction of the market, right? So the market have shifted, right? Now, but this shift is still trading below my 50-period moving average, right? Of course, we know that, right? So I'll be looking out for taking a buy trade here if the market can do little retracement into this area. So in the market now, I've seen what we call an order block here, right? An order block, right? So this is actually an inverted order block because the market have smashed it. So if the market retraces inside this area, I would like to buy. So I would like to buy Euro USD if the market retraces inside this area, right? But if this area is smashed through, then I'll continue my selling, okay? If this area, if market trade below this, my shaded portion, And of course, even trade below this low, I'll continue selling. So don't forget, we have high volatility news for today. So the market will most likely trade below this area or even smash it above. Okay, so don't forget to always use your stop loss and of course your take profit, right? So one thing that normally happens on a day that we have high impact news is that the market will most likely be trading sideways, right? The market will most likely be trading in a choppy manner. I mean, will most likely be in a range so that the news, because traders are waiting to trade the news. Traders are waiting. Just one second, please. So guys, welcome back. So since traders are waiting to trade the news, so usually whenever there's a high impact news like CPI, NFP, PC has joined that list too. So what normally happens is we have choppy movement, right? So in that choppy movement, if you have an existing trade, why not you follow your trade through that. If the market still move to your area of interest, like inside this area, you can still want to take your trade, okay? Now, GBPUSD real quick, guys, GBPUSD. So we have a trade here on GBPUSD, as you can see, right? So GBPUSD, as you can see, is just pumping to the upside. So let's do small analysis here, okay? So GBPUSD has rated these lows. So GBPUSD came towards this low, and of course, these lows are support area. So if you watch carefully, this is support, right? Yes, it's actually a support. So this area is actually a support, right? So if you watch carefully, with the knowledge of support, one would have entered this a buy trade here, right? Then of course, this is actually a resistance, as you can see. This is a resistance. This is a resistance. So the market has gotten to that resistance, right? So if it breaks that resistance, the next level would be somewhere higher here. This would be the next level of resistance, right? So what do we do at this resistance? Now that the market is at this resistance, right? As you can see, it actually impulsed very strong, right? It moved up to this level very, very strong. It's a very strong movement at that level, right? So this strong movement to that particular level, so this strong movement to this level, right, shows that the market is really going up very, very strong. But if you watch carefully, it's at a resistance, right? So you may not want to enter a buy trade right now, okay? So one thing you may want to do is you may want to observe it, right? Observe it. How do you observe it? You observe on the lower time frame. Maybe you can observe on maybe 15 minutes time frame or even 5 minutes time frame to observe to see how much that level will hold or turn, right? So if you observe, as you can see, it's already falling, right? As you can see. So this movement downward shows that this level is a resistance, okay? So one thing you can do at resistance, you can scalp the market at the resistance, okay? So if market gets to resistance, guys, you can scalp the market. And of course, so if you watch carefully, at that resistance now, it has picked this particular sell trade up here, right? And the market has started coming down. So once the market moved down, and of course, you have made some small profit for yourself at the resistance. How many pips is that? That's 10 pips. So and whenever you're scalping, 10 pips is a good profit, right? You quickly close your trade, pack them, and then you're out. Like this. Now, if this profit is good for you, you can close it. So what I'm trying to say is that one of the ways you can trade the market is to to your normal trading, right? It's called day trading, intraday trading, or you can scalp the market. By scalping the market, I mean you can actually place pending orders, and that will be a sell limit at the upside. So it's not late. It's not late. You can have a pending order somewhere around there, guys. So because I know for sure if it comes around this area again, it will still drop again. Okay, so around 95, right? So from 92 is an area. It's not a particular price, please. So from 92 up to 97. So those areas you can have this a limit order there. I mean, you can have a sell limit there. It's not late. You can set that one. So I think we've gotten enough value. Let's now consider those requests. So the request is USD JPY. I think that's the first one I saw here. USD JPY. So let's do USD JPY, guys. Are you with me? See where US 100 is going. Going down. So let's do USJPY. So USDJPY. Yes, I think the first request was USJPY before US 100, and even this US. Okay, so USJPY. So we are here now, right? We are here. So this USJPY, we saw this dump. This dump was as a result of that their news, right? They held their rates, right? They held the rate, and of course, the JPY Japanese yen strengthened because of that, right? Because of that decision. But let's see what happened. It fell to this area of support. Why do I call this area an area of support? Area of support because this was where it gapped from. It gapped from this area, right? It came back again to test the area. The area is a support, as you can see. Then from there, then from there, it started going up, right? So if you watch carefully, this falling or this movement downward came to test it. Now that the market is rocking this area, what can one do, right? So let me look at the USD index so that I can get more insight. So if you look at the dollar index here, so if you look at the USD index here, it looks like the dollar is experiencing some weakness, even though it is still on this support, right? So that level of weakness, back to USD JPY, right? That level of weakness, I would not want to buy right now because normally you want to say on the support you want to buy, right? But because I've seen weakness, I don't want to buy. Should I sell? Equally, I will not sell, right? I will observe it. It's called market reaction. So it's called price reaction. So you observe to see price action reaction, right? Price action reaction. You observe to see what it will react, the way it will react, right? Now, what are we observing? If the market breaks this low, then I will want to follow it downward. If the market breaks this low, it has created a low. There was a particular reason why it created this low, right? The only reason why it stopped here is because the sell momentum was exhausted, right? It's an exhaustion that happened here. Okay, so if it can come down again and break that level, it means that the momentum is reignited so I can continue with it. But will I be buying? No, I will not buy, right? So I'll just observe. So the only direction I would like to follow is to follow the sell. Why? Because holding rate is the kind of the Japanese yen will be strengthened. Right? It's not just strengthened for a second or for a day, right? It will be strengthened for some time. Okay, so I will wait until this level is broken, right? And of course, the dollar that we have seen, will not see strength on that dollar. It's just on the support. Now, if this dollar breaks off this support, right, and start going up very well, then of course we can always come back here to look for buy opportunity. And buy opportunity has to come in when the market has shown us that it has started smashing the highs, I mean breaking the highs. We call that break of structure. That started breaking the highs and forming new highs on a lower time frame. So we'll first see that on a lower time frame before we start buying. But right now, we are doing nothing. I want to believe you got some value from that analysis. The next thing one we'll look at, let's look at gold very quick. Gold. Now, I like this instrument. This instrument is sweet, guys. So gold, now let me put gold on the H4 time frame, guys. Let's see what that gold has been doing. So if you watch carefully, now one of the challenge of trading gold is trading gold with small money. If you enter this gold with 100,000 naira, and then gold just move down small, and you are and you're seeing minus 28,000 naira, the guy go run. Oh my goodness. The guy just plays. Now, see, it's actually buying on an upward trend. Just place a buy, and then the market say welcome. They now move down small, like you see this red candle. Just small, and the guy is seeing minus 32,000 there. The guy don't run. So let's say the guy has closed the trade, and later on I came back and saw that the price has moved up. Oh, he said, "Chai, these people are watching me." Nobody's watching you, sir. The reason is the oh my goodness. The reason is the capital is small, right? So you cannot even withstand small drawdown. In trading, we prepare our mind that if we place the market will not move immediately in our direction. It's just maybe less than 10% of the time that you just enter a trade. But the market start going in your direction immediately. Most of the time, once you enter a trade, the market will move against you a little bit. That against you can be maybe 20 pips or even 10 pips. Now you should be able to stay on the trade, right? Being that your technical analysis is still in order, it has not violated your analysis. You still stay there. Let me ask you, sir. If this price moved down this much, for example, what we saw right now. Okay, let me put it on 1 hour time frame. And that was H4 time frame. If this price moved down this much, let me use this one for example. Let's say you place a buy here, and the price moved down this much. Has it violated the technical analysis? Right? I mean, has it violated the tenets of an upward trend? Or let me say, has it violated the characteristics of an upward trend? Please, I'll need that answer. Let me do it again. So let me use this other one, right? So let's say at this top here. So let's drop something there so that let's drop an arrow. So let's say you place a buy somewhere here, right? Follow me. You place a buy somewhere at this top. At that point, you have not seen all of these movements. Then suddenly the price now moved down this much. Now move down this much. Let's say, okay, this much is actually, okay, let me zoom in. Just if this is where you get value, it's good for you. So let's say the price now moves down, just this red candle. So let's measure that red candle. That red candle, oh, where is my guy? Okay, fine. So let's say the price just moved down, that red candle. That red candle is already 57, see 54 pips, right? On the 1 hour time frame. And then let's say, you're already seeing minus 30% or minus 20%. The guy is already afraid. The guy will vest and close his trade. But you're closing your trade, the upward trend is still in force. So that means you are doing emotional trading. It's the emotional trading that you're doing. You're not trading the chart. We are to trade the chart. The chart have no respect for emotion. So you have to trade the chart, and you can do nothing against the chart, but for the chart. Everything you do is for the chart. Man, I'm sounding like a preacher right now. Oh my God. So if the market, thank you, I got your response. If the market moved down this much, the upward trend is still in force. That means, Oga, don't close your trade. If the guy have left the trade because All of this would have been profitable, right? But the guy just vest and closed it. The reason why he closed is because of emotional trade, right? Emotion because negative is seen is too big because the capital is too small. So the whole problem bounces back to equity. What is the money doing in the bank? We go and withdraw some money from there and top up your account, right? Top up the account. If you don't know how to do it, reach me after now. Like say, Emmanuel, I want to top up my account for what you taught us. Now this analysis we did, if you watch, is 29th of October, right? From 2 days ago. Now let's use the analysis and analyze what is happening here right now. The same thing happened yesterday. Look up, please. The same thing happened yesterday. The market did something like this. Has it changed? This is still a retracement because this is the impulse. This is the impulse to the upside. So this is still a retracement. Now, if you watch now, this retracement is not even up to 50% of the impulse because somewhere around here is 50% of the impulse, half of it. So if you watch, sir, this is half, right? Now, if you watch, this is not moved to half now. This is around 38.2% Fibonacci retracement, right? So the challenge is actually the capital is smooth. So in the same way, sir, is this not a retracement? Is this not a retracement for today? This is a retracement now. Now, if you notice, it's doing this now as the market created what I call rare ROEH, relatively equal highs. The answer is yes. Is this a relatively equal highs? I gave you one trading model some minutes ago, right? If market created relatively equal highs, it's a sign that the market will go to smash it. So, guys, guess what? It means it's time, the market might be going back to smash it. So I'll just do an instant buy there. Backham, I've entered a trade, right? So the market might be going to smash it. So that place would be my take profit, right? So my take profit will be around that area, right? That the market will go to smash it. So I can use this low as my stop loss, right? But guess what? If the market comes back down there, I will adjust my stop loss, take another trade there. Why? Because this is an upward trend. So guys, call me after now. Say, Emmanuel, I want to top up my account. Okay, call me or call your account all officer. Say, I want to top up my account. If you don't have the account number, make a call. Say, I want to top up my account. What the money is doing nothing in the bank. You can top up your account with 100,000 naira to make it 200,000 naira. If you have 500K, you can put on now 500,000 to make it 1 million naira so that you can go all in and stop trading with emotion. So actually, emotions comes from trading with small equity. Remember, I said equity is king. So guys, I think you got some value from that. I want to believe you got some value from that. I want to believe you got some value from that. If you don't get value, let me know. If you don't get value, let me know so that we can add value. We can look for value and add. All right, guys. What next? I think you said we should do US 100. Let me look at the responses. Time is running really fast. It's already 9. Now, wow. So let's look at US 100. US 100, very quick, guys. Somebody's asking for US 2000. Wow. So US 100, where's my US 100? So USJPY is actually coming down, right? You see, it's actually coming down. So if it trades below this low, guys, if it trades below this low, you may want to snap it, okay, or screenshot it. Excuse me. If the market trade below this low, sir, if it trades below this low, you may want to sell from there, okay? So US 100, I think that will be the last one. It's already past. It's already past 9. Where is US 100 here? And this guy was almost hiding. This way. So US 100 is really dumping really hard, as you can see, right? It's dumping hard. So you asked for US 100. I don't know why you asked for US 100. Do you have you want to place a trade on it, or you are managing a trade on it? If you're managing a trade on it, so let me draw some areas. So there are two reasons. One, you want to enter this one, right? So you don't enter until the market has smashed this low, okay? You don't sell until the market has smashed this low. By smash, I mean the market have traded below this low. So you don't sell, you don't sell. It's really looking tempting for a sell, but you don't sell, sir. Don't sell until the market has dealt with this low, right? The market have smashed the low. Do you buy? No, you don't equally buy. So you do not for now. So the only time you can buy here because of its support is because the market may have given you what we call change of character. So if you have a change of character simply means on this downward trend. So let me drop down to 5 minutes time frame. If I don't see what I'm looking for on 5 minutes time frame, I'll drop down to I'll drop to a 1 minute time frame. So this 5 minutes time frame, what I'm looking for is I'm actually looking for to see clearly how the market is creating the lows, right? And also creating the highs. So the lower time frames are actually detailed, creating the lows and creating the high. As you can see, this is a tendency of a downward trend, right? So the market don't have to trade above this high. So in the first time the market trade above this high, we call that a change of character. So if this market violate these highs and trade above this high, then it simply means the buyers are coming into the market. Then after that, it will want to retrace. So that's before you buy. But without doing this, sir, you stay out. You look out for sell opportunities. Sell opportunities is for the market to trade below this low. So guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much, guys. Kremski, what are you saying there? Eh? You don't lose so much in trading. Except you are not learning. Kremski, what are you saying? Don't lose so much. When you place a trade, you put your stop loss. Stop loss is a very small amount that you can afford to lose. If you have 100,000 naira, your stop loss should be 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. If you have 500,000 naira, your stop loss should be 5,000 naira. Small amount that you can afford to lose. So what are you talking about? You need to get to class Kremski. The rest of us, thank you very much for this session. Join us tomorrow again. Tomorrow is Friday for another exciting session. Remember, there is news by 1:30. There is news almost throughout the whole day. Okay? Put surplus on your trade so that you can do it. Thank you very much, guys. Bye for now.